Mm-hmm.
I'll get it from this side. Okay, good. Basically, what he's been doing is just asking everyone, the guitar players, what got them excited about the project when they first heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
and um, did they influence you? When did you
Mm-hmm.
first hear of them? And
Sure,
obviously,
sure, I got
guitar
it.
players, that
Okay.
you can sort of just,
Yeah.
and if you get stuck, ask me, and I'll answer your
Okay.
question. But you can act like you're talking to me, and then sort of doing it off
Okay.
camera.
Let's let me gather my thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was very young when the Yardbirds were popular. I mean, their last record was '68, and I recall them when I was younger actually releasing records. So I was about 6 or 7 or 8, when their records were coming out. And the thing that captured me wasn't so much the guitar playing, which was brilliant, and you can hear it, but the songs. You know, whatever that band spawned, and whatever the effect that the musicians that came out of that band have had, and we all know it's been a tremendous effect, the Yardbirds still played great songs, and they always did, and they still do. Even when they write new stuff, it has that authenticity of classic rock, you know. And so when I was a kid, I responded to those songs, and then I heard the BBC live concert, and it had Jimmy Page playing on it, and just the ambience and the presence of the guitar in those songs really thrilled me. I mean, it really pushed the buttons. Um, but still, through the test of time, those songs have stood strong, and there's so many of them. It's extraordinary. I think it just so happens that the Yardbirds was a band that had all these great guitar players. The most important element of them was their tracks, their songwriting abilities. And I don't think they ever really disbanded. They've come together in different incarnations and have always toured through the years. You know, when I heard that they were still touring and still playing and possibly doing some recording, I immediately responded because I just thought, what a wonderful thing. I mean, here's a band that, besides the fact that they've had such a great career with music and songs, uh, they did launch some of the greatest rock guitar players that ever graced the planet. I mean, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Just crazy that Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, and Eric Clapton played with that band at one time. All of that's extraordinary. Um, so the concept of putting the band, getting the band to record, or having the band record a record and getting guest guitar players seemed like a natural. And I was kind of walking a few different lines because I have the label that, and I was working with them, as a label guy, so to speak. But I was also very excited about playing on the record. And those songs, and particularly the one I played on, I just, Shapes of Things, it's a song that I just have memories from for many, many years. Even when Gary Moore did it, if you've ever heard his version, it's a great version. So the difficult thing for me was that although it was a great honor to play with the band, their guitarist that they have right now, Jippy Mayo, is more suited for that band, I believe, than any other, guitar player guest player that's been with the record, in this incarnation. Every guitar player adds something. I mean, when Beck was in the band, it was very Beckish, and that was great. And when Page or Clapton, and they did all that, I mean, it was tremendous when they were contributing. But Jippy just seems like, the perfect guitarist for that band. And the solo that he did on Shapes was really wonderful. And I felt a little guilty kind of going in there and doing my bombastic, indulgent guitar thing that I always do. Uh, when in essence, what he did was pretty cool. You know. And if you listen to the record, his playing is so appropriate, for that band. It's almost like it's a little extraordinary to me that after all these years, they found singers. They found a singer and they found a guitar player, and that makes that band sound more like what they should be than what they ever were. So, the opportunity to play on the record also was just I mean, here's a band that had the Beatles open up for them.
So you have these great guest guitar players come on, and what was the decision to bring in a singer to do one of the tracks?
Oh, the word went out to several different people who might have been interested in paying tribute to the Yardbirds, and John Resnick just responded very strongly.
You like the version?
Yeah, I do.
Very good. What's your favorite cut besides your own on the?
Well, the song that I really like on the record is one of the new ones. I like them all, really. Dream Within a Dream. It's just very sultry, and there seems to be a real mystique to the song. And it's so Yardbirds, yet it's so contemporary.